Hi, this is Rich. It's February 7th, 2013. Yeah, I know, you guys are wondering what's going on here. Rich usually writes something on his Facebook page and adds like a picture of something. But yeah, today I decided, why not? I should try to do a video blog. So here I am, doing a video blog, hanging out with you guys and seeing how it goes. If I ramble, my apologies in advance, because this is my first shot at doing it. So let's see if I can keep to my structure of my usual blog, because I do actually have it written down. Uh, so I don't know. Let's see how it goes. The piece of content I want to throw at you guys today is I'm just gonna highlight Geppetto's mods. He has a thread on ECF, and he also has a Facebook page. Now Geppetto's mods, I guess he's a modder from Poland. He really has these wood mods that either are just regular, like, like stick mods, like, well, this is not stick mod, but it's like, it could be like a regular mod like this, you know, that has, like that you put in like a single or maybe a dual battery it could be a bottom feeder, it could be an e-pipe mod, like a e-cigar, well, not cigar, e-pipe, but the thing that's different about his mods is that he actually carves a lot of them out by hand. Puts elaborate designs, like it could be a face of like a dragon, it could be a face of like a demon, a Viking, whatever. I think they're beautiful. A lot of the pieces that he makes are beautiful, and they literally sell out within minutes. Now, for you guys who aren't in the know, he puts one mod up per day between 3:50 and 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, ECF. You literally have minutes to decide and secure a spot to buy that mod, because there are so many vapors out there hounding that thread, waiting for that device, for his next device to go up for sale. So anyway, don't take my word for it. I'll put the link to the ECF thread, and I'll hunt down his Facebook page for you to take a look at some of the mods that he has created in the past. Do I have a Geppetto mod? No, I do not. Do I intend on getting a Geppetto mod? You're damn right I'm going to get one. I just don't know when it's going to happen. But I do intend on getting one. Alright, that's my little piece of content. Anyway, the shows that I've watched, I usually just write down a little list of shows that I watch, but I'll elaborate a little bit on it today since I'm on a vaping blog. I went into Quest Vapement, and I saw, like, I guess the last hour or so of Out to Lunch with Trace Bella, who anybody in the community knows is also known as Diana. Anyway, she has a fun show, and she has like a sidekick, like Bird, that talks a lot, so we kind of make fun of her a little bit for that. But she doesn't care. She loves the Bird. Hey, all props to her. And another thing I want to point out is that she's pretty much at full term right now in her pregnancy, so she'll probably be giving birth soon and welcoming a beautiful, beautiful baby to the world. So I want to give you and your husband, my props, and that I hope that when the baby does come into the world, that, I don't know, I just wish you all the best. I put down, I guess, February 10th that you're gonna be giving birth. So we got a couple of days. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not in any pool or anything. It's not like a bet on it, but that's what date I put it on. Anyway, after Diana's show, Trace Bella's show, that is, I went over to Jeff, aka Slinger, who was just happened to put in a fill-in show in the afternoon on The Edge, and I hung out with him for an hour. That was pretty cool. He was playing some country music. We talked about the weather because we're getting slammed right now by Winter Storm Nemo, and I talked about it a little bit more with Danger Girl when I went on to her show on Vape TV. She does a show called Band Songs from like usually between 2 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I try to make it every week, and if I am working, like I know in the past when I was working, I would usually listen to my headphones while I was working. So it's always a fun show, and to me, the way I look at it is her show to me marks the beginning of the weekend. Whether if I was working or when I was out or whatnot, I try to catch it, and I advise anybody who does view vaping shows, if you have a chance, definitely check out her show on Vape TV, 2 to 3 o'clock on Fridays. Good show. And she's a very positive, energetic lady. Definitely worth going to. So anyway, after that, I came back later on in the evening, and I managed to catch Gothic Vosh. He was doing the fill-in also around 6 o'clock at Quest, and he was just playing usually like he usually plays metal or like industrial music. We have that in common with the industrial music, and we were all chatting about it a little bit. He makes these really cool tanks and drip tips. The name of his domain is gothicvaping.com. I guess I could show you. I have a tank right here on my Volcano. I vape this all the time. I have in here strawberry banana smoothie by Flavors by Joe. There you go. That's good shit. Anyway, so I hung out with him, and then after that, what I usually try to do on Friday nights between 7 and 9 is that I hang out with Lloyd and Vape TV. Well, Crazy Lloyd has a warm-up hour where he just plays tunes from 7 to 8, and then from 8 to 9 is his actual show. And he's got a pretty killer show because this guy calls out people on their bullshit constantly. And this week, he was just basically calling out people on reviewers that don't necessarily know all their information. There are reviewers like that. And without naming them, I just like to say that it kind of irks me a little bit that some of these reviewers, try to make a name for themselves by reviewing products and trying to help the community, but it does not help the community if you're not putting out the right information. So please, for the love of God, if you're going to make a review, please come out, guns blazing, and knowing the product. It could be a device, it could be an e-juice, it could be an accessory. Please know it enough to give us viable information. There are good reviewers out there. You guys know who you are, who like really break it apart, and I give you nothing but props. And for those popular reviewers out there that do have that good reputation and who do their homework, those are the people I go to all the time. Constantly seeing the reviews. I mean, I agree with the review, but I'll always go to them and at least listen to them because it's worthwhile. Anyway, after seeing Lloyd's show, I went over back to Quest and I saw the awesome show with Opstomp, which is Jay. He's the guy that makes Upstomp juices, and he had Raider Chick on as his guest. So that was pretty cool. They were on. I hung out with them for about an hour for the second half of his show. And the reason why I only hung out for an hour to end the show, didn't really see Rendezvous with Raider Chick, which is what I usually do on Friday nights at 10, was because they're making some sort of announcement on Elixir TV. So I went over to Turbo's show at Elixir's TV just to see what was going on, and they made an announcement. Their announcement was that Elixir TV was shutting down and that they were going to start a new network called Nova Broadcasting. Now, what I found it interesting about this was that Mandy Cat told me that it wasn't just going to be a vaping, pure vaping channel. They're also going to have some non-vaping program shows. They're going to include a radio blog. They're going to include some comedy shows, I guess, and gaming. So it's going to be a plethora of different things. It's not just going to be vaping, but I'm guessing that's going to be the majority of their program has to do with vaping. But they are intent on branching out, and I think that's kind of a cool concept because maybe it may bring in people who aren't necessarily vaping through other means. Pretty sneaky, I have to say. So, Mandy, I give you props. Good luck to you, Cigar Babe, Jesse, and of course Vape Dog, and of course like the rest of the Nova Broadcasting team who already secured slots on that network, and wish you all the best. So, anyway, I usually end my video blog by just telling you about some of the devices I use, some of the e-juices that I vaped. So obviously I used my Volcano version 2, and I have in here my strawberry banana smoothie by Flavors by Joe. In here I have, this is my iHybrid that I just recently acquired. Yes, baby. And in here I have Basket of Berries by Ginger's E-Juice. I have my Black Bolt and I have it with the the little extension. I have an 18650 in here. In here, I always have blueberry cinnamon crumble by Flavors by Joe. Wait, hold on a second. That's good. I also use my MVP, and in here I have the very first e-juice I ever made, which is Patriot Camel, Patriot Line Camel by Totally Wicked. I have probably 6 or 7 bottles of this. I'll never go without that for as long as I live because it's the vape that started it all for me. I also have my billet box, and in here I always have House Blend by Copper Creek. And I use also in here I have my Tesla. And in here I have Vermont Vapors right now. I have a mixture of menthol with mixed berries in here right now. So I've been vaping that every day. Also in here I have on my eBic I have in here Fluid Vapors, Curious George, and in here I actually put in a little bit of banana flavoring in it I got from Flavor Art, just to give it a little bit more of a banana taste to it. But it's pretty righteous. I like it a lot, and I've been using these 2 mods for testing and dripping. So this is my my Dima, otherwise known as Bronco Domination, that I got from Motor City Mods. And in here, I was primarily vaping this. I just got this today from 310. This is the 710 by Mad Murdoch. And to me, it basically tastes like orange chocolate bar. You know, like the ones that Link makes. I don't know. I read on a forum how some people hate it, but I'm not reviewing anything. I'm just telling you this is what it tastes like. And hey, I've been vaping it, so I like it. So to me, it was a good purchase. And in here, what I was primarily trying out today was I tried a lot of the plume vapes today. So I got the plume room stuff here. Like, let's see here. I have the Candy Cavendish, which is pretty kick-ass. I have banana pudding because I'm just a fool for banana. I love banana. It's my favorite fruit to vape. I also have here Burley and Candy, which I thought was pretty good. And I have here vanilla caramel frappuccino. Now, have you ever gone to Starbucks and had one of their vanilla caramel frappuccino? Yeah, this is it. This is it. It really tastes like it. Now, I never really bought too many coffee vapes, but this is one that I bought. I tried a few others, like you know, I always have like some Jamesons, pretty much almost every day, because I have that in. Where do I have that in right now? I think I have that in my Touchwood 18650, so I have it in here. Right now, I have in here an 808 clear miser. So, you know, it's not the greatest clear miser, but it works on the Touchwood. Works okay. And I also had what else did I try today? I tried a bunch of raw vapors. I found a bag from VaporCon of raw e-juices that I bought over at Mike's table, and it included a Truth Serum, Hawaii Paradise, Screamin' Memories, Razzmatazz, Hawaii Sunrise, and Love Potion, but I haven't tried them all. The only one I tried so far was the Truth Serum, and I was making some Afternoon Delight also on my Vapor Lux by Ace of Vapes, and I already named it a Plume Room, so that's pretty much it. That's my video blog. Yeah, it's a little long, so my apologies. I'll try to cut it down a little bit as time goes on, but like I said, this is my first one. Tell me what you think in the comments, and I don't know. Have a nice evening, guys. See you tomorrow.